Hey guys, my name is Freedom. Today I'm going to show you how to edit any of the mesh, any of the 3D models, any of the 3D props in iClone 8 3D animation software. I'm going to just use some example of the props, how to edit the whole mesh. What you can do is just double click it and export it. Alright. First, you have to make sure you put it at the center. Then, we are going to use the Blender as the 3D modeling tool to just re-edit any of the mesh. So now, I already selected, so I click File, Export, FBX. The target tool preset, choose Blender. Then, just choose the current frame, embed all of the texture. Just export it on my desktop, name it as, so I will create a new folder first, name it as model 01, then name model 01. So I click save. It is going to export as FBX file. See, this is the FBX file. So to re-edit the mesh, we are going to use the Blender. The Blender is an awesome 3D modeling tool, which is a free software. You can download it from the Blender's official site. So now, I already opened the Blender. For today's version is Blender 4.2. I create the empty area, I press A and press delete to clear everything. Then, click File, Import FBX from the desktop, model 01. Then, double click it to import it. Now you can see this is exactly the 3D models just now. Then you can just click it, go to the edit mode. Then inside the edit mode, you can edit it really easy. Just for example, at here, you can select any face, hold the shift to select another one. Then you can move it, you can rotate it. It is really easy. Alright. Then you can click here to just choose an edge. Then you can move it to anywhere as you want. You also can just click here to just choose any vertex and just move that vertex to anywhere. See? It is really easy, like this. Right. You also can just click here to extrude. Click any face to just press E to extrude any face. Right. This is one of the skills that you can use for 3D modeling. Right. So for this time as demo, I'm going to show you the UV editing as well. Click the UV editing. Now, at here, you press A, you can see all of the UV arrangements. And this is the texture. You can go to the texture painting. Go to the texture painting. Then, you can just adjust the brush size. At the same time, you can change the color. You can paint on the texture. So you see, I paint on it anywhere. So for any color. At the same time, you can see this part is not assigned to any UV yet. You can just back to the UV editing. Then click. This part is no UV assigned. No assign UV yet. So I select these three faces. Then, because of this is just the extruding, so I'm going to click the UV, then just unwrap it. Or just click the UV, just use the Smart UV projection. Click unwrap, then it will be better. So just press A and press S to just make it small. Then press A to see the whole UV. We move it to a place which is not clash with other UV map. Press S. So now for these three faces, you can paint on that as well if if you want, or just re-edit the UV. Just back to the texture pane. Now you can see this part. If I pin on that, it is going to just reflect on the UV. And before you export it, next we have to just export it and import into the iClone again. So now in Blender, first as demo, I'm going to just save as a blend file on the desktop, name this as model 01 version 2. Alright, version 2 means you already added it. I click save. This is a blend file as a backup. Next, you have to make sure this image, click and save. Save all the images. This is very important. Save all the images. Then, back to the layout. Just turn on the texture. You can see, once you already made some changes, you can just click File, Export FBX again. The path mode, choose the copy. This have to be highlighted. This is to make sure of the material texture embedded inside the FBX file that you exported. Click Export. Now this is the version 2. So the version 2 is the FBX file which you can import into the iClone. Just drag and drop into the iClone. Now you can see it is already here. But what about the material texture? The material texture is set here. Just drag and drop to just replace it. And we are going to make sure it already existing. So now for this, the material texture is not imported yet. So this is the UV. Just drag and drop to replace it. And just click OK. It says that it is error for loading the images. So for this one, just choose it manually from here. JPG open. Error loading images. So for the troubleshooting, we try to just convert the JPG to other formats. So I right click to open with the pen, and I save as PNG. Click File, save as the PNG. Save it. So now the PNG is already here. So actually, now we already know that the Blender 4.1, the Blender 4.2, sorry, this is Blender 4.2. You export the image, you better use the PNG. You can convert it manually. So just drag and drop again. For this time, actually, it's success. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you love my videos, tutorials, and sharings, if you feel all these tutorials and sharings are very helpful to your 3D modeling, 3D animations, and 3D game developing, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and also turn on the mini bell and select all, so that when next time I publish a new videos, tutorials, or sharings, you receive a notification immediately. See you in my next video. Enjoy! Happy 3D modeling, 3D animations, and 3D game developing. See you!